Here is your quick take on who are Naxals. 5 Naxals were killed by paramilitary troops on 3rd April 2023 in Jharkhand state. IED explosions conducted by Naxals damaged a road in Jharkhand on 1st April. An assistant platoon commander was killed by an IED planted by Naxalites during a security operation in Chhattisgarh a week ago. In the same week, a canine force of the Central Reserve Police Force recovered 500 kilograms of explosives that Naxals had planned to use in Chhattisgarh. Who are Naxalites? How lethal are they? If internal security is not your thing and you don't live in Central or East India, you may not be aware about the armed militants who live in forests in Central and Eastern India and whose goal is to overthrow elected governments through armed rebellion. And if you live abroad, and you may be totally oblivious of this left-wing Maoist movement, here is your quick take on what was called a red corridor in eastern and central India. But now it's almost decimated but still deadly where it exists. The Naxalite movement originated in 1967 here, the village called Naxalbari in West Bengal in eastern India. Naxalism is a far-left movement. Naxalites or Naxals don't believe in modern democracy. They want to redistribute land to the landless. That is their ideology. In fact, Booker Prize-winning author Arundhati Roy even called them Gandhians with guns. But those guns kill. 12,000 or more people have been killed in Naxal violence in the past 20 years. More than 250 men from the forces have been killed or maimed while fighting these so-called Gandhians. The Naxals were also supported by left-leaning political parties for years. Some NGOs who work with tribals in underdeveloped areas living near forest regions were sympathetic to the revolutionary tactics of the Naxals. But steadily they lost support as development projects by the Indian government, whether modern health facilities, modern education, communication lines, roads, electricity lines, were attacked by Naxals. One of the most deadly anti-Naxal operation was launched in 2009, Operation Green Hunt. Thousands of them have surrendered or been killed since then. The Maoists still try to reorganize themselves, relocate to different forests, and seem to be relocating to states where they had been active once, and still retain some goodwill among the backward sections of society. The Maoists or left-wing extremists or Naxals are feared by villagers as they are brutal, holding kangaroo courts and handing out extrajudicial death sentences. Maoist groups allegedly force their male recruits to receive vasectomy because having children while on the run from the law would endanger their operations. The mining industry allegedly funded the Naxal movement. Extortions and kidnappings are other ways how they fund the anti-democracy revolution. In the 1990s, some vigilante groups emerged to crack down on Naxalites, but the government shut them down. Economic upliftment of these underdeveloped tribal areas were taken up on a war footing. Those working in these difficult terrains were provided security. Is Naxalism on the decline as an ideology? Yes. Maoism doesn't have many takers anywhere in the world. But many can mean anything in a country where the population is 1.3 billion. Even 30,000 to 40,000 armed revolutionaries can be a challenge. The Maoist movement's leaders are aging. Their hold over the young armed revolutionaries is waning. But the corridors in the states of West Bengal, Odisha, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Telangana are still a challenge. The Naxals know that their influence is losing its magnetism, even among the marginalized people from the villages who want to send their children to schools, who want cell phones, internet, scooters and cars, motorable roads and non-makeshift homes. It's a war that is still not over.